Working at the morgue wasn't a dream job, but it paid the bills. For Jake, it was just a stepping stone to something better. His training days were behind him, and today marked his first solo shift. The weather was unwelcoming, ominous clouds loomed overhead, and the air felt thick with the promise of rain. Jake's morning had started with an unusual decision. He bought a blunt from a stranger, something he'd never done before. As he inhaled the smoke on his way to work, he hoped it would calm his nerves. It was a mistake he would soon regret. The morgue was as uninviting as ever. The sterile smell mixed with the odor of decay made his stomach churn. Bodies were lined up, awaiting his attention. He pushed through his discomfort and began his work, trying to ignore the unsettling atmosphere. As he searched for a tool, a low moan broke the silence. He paused, reminding himself that sometimes air escaping from corpses could create such sounds. But when he turned back, he found the man's eyes wide open, staring at him. His heart pounded as he convinced himself it was just another post-mortem reflex. Time dragged on, and the dark clouds outside finally burst, rain pelting the windows. Jake's anxiety grew, fueled by the marijuana and the eerie environment. Needing a break, he grabbed a bag of chips and settled into a corner, trying to calm his racing mind. A noise from the hallway interrupted his thoughts. His skin prickled with sweat, though he wasn't hot. Curiosity and fear battled within him as he approached the door. He peeked into the dimly lit corridor and froze. At the far end, a figure stood, a corpse he recognized from the slab. "Am I tripping?" he whispered to himself, heart pounding louder than the rain. The body began to move, shuffling toward him with a slow, deliberate gait. Panic surged through him, rooting him to the spot. He blinked, and the figure vanished. Breathless and trembling, Jake backed into the room. Suddenly, the building seemed to come alive. Every door flew open with a deafening crash, followed by a chilling, disembodied laugh. It was more than he could bear. He bolted, not stopping until he was safe inside his car. Hands shaking as he dialed his boss arrived, amused by Jake's frantic call. He found nothing amiss, no signs of the supernatural occurrences Jake described. But the fear Jake felt was real, palpable. He quit on the spot, vowing never to touch drugs or work with the dead again, years later, the memory of that day still haunted him. He'd found a new job, a new life, but the terror of that last shift lingered, a constant reminder of the thin veil between the living and the dead.